Hey, good morning. So today I'm going to talk about Africa, Nigeria in particular. But just remember that all of you that were with me at Special Operations Command and other places, to my Africa specialists, I always defer to them. Many of them will listen to this podcast or this quick short, but just know that I defer to you who are the true experts when it comes to Africa. That was their problem set. But anyway, Nigeria, the fastest growing country in Africa, the largest economically, them in South Africa. There's a lot of goodness there. But many of you heard about Boko Haram and the devastation since they stood up in 2009, the proclamation in 2012 to get rid of anyone in the West that's in the northern region of Nigeria, to make them move, and all the countless attacks and killings that they've done. They started with Al-Qaeda, then they merged with Islamic State. That's a terrible, terrible group. And even though there's more church killings and raids before 2023, even since 2023, they've had over 20,000 Christians that they've killed. Thousands and thousands of churches raided. In fact, even last week, 300 Catholic kids were kidnapped and 12 teachers. Remind you, back when President Obama was president and the 300 girls were kidnapped, it was by the same group, by the way. And all of a sudden, it's out of sight, out of mind, and nobody thinks that these things are still happening, but they are. We know other places in Africa, Sudan, 3,000 kids were put into slavery just last month. The killings are happening in Darfur in the southern part of Sudan. But today we'll just talk about Nigeria. So how can we, or what should we do about it? Well, first realize what's happening. And that's part of what I want to do, is inform you on things you're just not hearing, or you hear a little bit, but you don't hear the full details. So you email me, you call me, we can go into further details if you like. But be aware. So be aware. The second thing is, how does this fit into this? When I deal with strategic competition, these organizations like China and Russia or Iran. Well, most people don't know that Iran is the largest group that has sent Islamic scholars and scholarships over through Africa. It's not alone. It's working with Russia and China. China's helping the Nigerian defense base. They're putting ammunition, money and ammunition supply manufacturing system plant in Nigeria. And Russia has done something very creative, specifically the Wagner Group, who you may know, you may have heard of. And so 3 countries that they kind of helped the local general do a coup attempt and take over was Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. And so Russia's been working in the Sahel. There's some goodness. They're kind of pushing some of the militias and some of the Boko Haram on the edges of Nigeria. The countries, those Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, is pushing it, but they go into Nigeria. And Nigeria is suffering. And so the question is, what do we do about it? Do we have a responsibility? Does the world have a responsibility? What about the African force that's set up for all of Africa that the United States and the United Nations help fund? What are they doing? So I want you to be aware, and I want you to think through some of these hard problem sets. What should we do? What should we do in Sudan, if anything? But I want you to do a couple things this week. We're going to talk about different problem sets, but I want you to look at these and kind of do your history check. How could this pull us in Does human life matter? What about the slavery inside of Africa? So the next time you hear some protesters marching across a bridge or on a road, let's take a look and say, hey, there's some real problems around the world that I want you to be aware of. Hey, you guys be great today.